Japanese milk bread. Today I'm going to show you how to make the gluten-free vegan version. Don't be fooled by the crackled looking top because once baked and sliced, the inside crumb is very nice. This recipe will show you that it is possible to make bread even without wheat, eggs, dairy, or added gums. Japanese milk bread is traditionally made with roux, which is cooked wheat flour and water. But in our version, we're going to be using gluten-free rice flour. So once you combine the water and the flour, you're going to give it a quick mix and then transfer it to your stovetop and cook it on a low heat for about 2 minutes. Using a soft spatula is the perfect tool to mix things around to make sure that nothing sticks or burns. After about 2 minutes, the mixture should have a paste-like consistency. This is where you want to turn off the heat and let it cool. Once removed from the heat, you can spread out the roux a little bit to help it cool faster. And next, to a large bowl, we're going to add the yeast, the sugar, and the sea salt. You will also need some plant milk, and I love using hemp milk or coconut milk. You can try any other type of plant milk as long as it's homemade and or has the least amount of ingredients as possible. Ideally, you want to make the plant milk with the seed or the nut and some water. That's it, plain and simple. To the yeast mixture, we're then going to add some water. We're going to give it a quick stir and then we're going to let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. Now it's time to add the flour. We're using white rice flour and sorghum flour. Both are certified gluten-free. So if you have allergies or sensitivities, it is important that you check all your ingredients to make sure they're safe for you. Once the roux has cooled, you can then add it to the rest of the ingredients. And you're going to add the water and mix it very well until everything is combined and smooth. Just like this. And then once it's all mixed, you can scrape the sides and then we are going to let it rise for at least 1.5 hours. I like using a chalkboard marker to indicate the time that I need to check on the dough. After the rising time, you will notice little bubbles on the side and the dough will have grown in size, but it will still be or feel very wet, but that's okay. Now is the time to transfer the mixture to your pan. As for pans, you have many options. You can use baking rings, you can oil them a little bit so things don't stick, but make sure to line a baking sheet to place your rings onto. You can use a muffin top pan. You can use a little bit of oil to make sure things don't stick again. And then if you're using a muffin pan, the unbleached parchment cups work very well. And today I'm going to be using the bun pan, which has 4 cavities, and I did oil and line them each with parchment paper so it doesn't stick. It's important to note that yes, you can let the dough rise in the bowl, but you can also transfer the mixture before letting it rise, and then you let it rise inside the pan itself. This is what it would look like. All right, we're ready to bake, so let's get this into the oven. Depending on if you're making the round buns or the small rectangular buns, the baking times will vary, so please check the full recipe link in the description box below. Once you remove the buns from the oven, you can let it cool in the pan for up to 10 minutes, but then you need to take it out of the pans and even remove the parchment paper as you do not want the bread to get wet. Then let them cool completely on a wire rack and enjoy! The best way to eat these is fresh with your favorite buttery topping and a little sprinkle of sea salt. Although once refrigerated, it will be best to toast the bread in a cast iron pan on a low heat until perfectly toasted. You can store them on the counter for 1 day covered with a tea towel, but after that it's best to refrigerate the buns and the bread. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.